Every teacher knows this feeling, right? The first 5 minutes of class. It can either set the stage for a super focused, productive lesson, or it can just spiral into total chaos. It's such a critical window of time, and it gets lost so easily. So, how do we actually master it? Let's break down a system that can turn those first 5 minutes from chaotic to incredibly calm.
I mean, just picture this. On one side, you've got students kind of wandering in, asking, what are we doing? Sharpening pencils, getting into side chats. You can literally feel those precious instructional minutes just evaporating. But on the other side, students enter, they greet their teacher, and they are immediately locked in on meaningful work. The room is calm, it's professional, and it's just buzzing with learning. The difference between these two worlds? It's not luck. It's all about having a system.
So, what's the fix? Well, according to the research behind the book Teach Like a Champion 3.0, it's a really powerful system called Technique 47, Threshold and Strong Start. And this isn't just some friendly tip, it's a formal, structured system designed to do two things at once: build a positive, welcoming culture, and, at the same time, be ruthlessly efficient with instruction.
This whole system really boils down to 3 clear, connected phases. First, there's the door to do now, which is all about the threshold. Second is the do now itself, that immediate academic work. And third, you have the review now, where you give immediate feedback and close the whole loop. So, let's start right at the beginning, at the door.
Okay, Section 1, the welcoming threshold. We're starting right at the classroom door, because this moment is about so much more than just saying hello. This is where the entire culture for the class period gets set before a single student even finds their seat.
I absolutely love this way of framing it. When you're at the door, you're playing 2 roles at the same time. You're the cultural ambassador, building that personal connection, making every kid feel seen, and you're also the instructional gatekeeper, making sure everyone is prepared and ready to meet the high expectations of your class from the very first second. And this, right here, is the perfect picture of what it means to be a warm demander. It shows that being warm and having high expectations aren't opposites at all. They're 2 sides of the same coin. On one hand, you've got these personalized greetings, big smiles, using kids' names. On the other, you have these quick, calm reminders about what's expected. Hey, got your pencil ready? Awesome to see you. Let's get that do now started. It sends a powerful message. The people who care about you are the same ones who will hold you to a high standard.
And you know what? The research on this is it's incredible. A simple, personalized greeting builds trust and makes students feel like they belong. Catching a small issue at the door and redirecting it prevents it from becoming a huge disruption later. And that quick nonverbal scan, that's a teacher gathering crucial data in real time. Who seems tired today? Who's a little upset? Who's fired up and ready to go? One study actually found this single strategy can dramatically increase academic engagement and cut down on disruptive behavior. It's huge.
All right, so you've set that positive tone at the threshold. What's next? Well, now we shift gears to the academic engine of this system, the focused, strong start. This is where we squeeze every drop of value out of every single minute.
Let's be super clear about this. The do now activity is not just busy work to kill time. The research literally calls it the #1 tool for boosting student engagement and cutting down on misbehavior. And why is that? It's simple. It eliminates idle time. It demands immediate, focused, academic work the second students hit their chairs.
Let's look at this from a brain science perspective for a second. When a routine is confusing or unpredictable, a student's brain gets bogged down with all these procedural questions. Where am I supposed to sit? What do I need? Where's the assignment? By making the start of class completely routine and automatic, we free up all that mental energy so it can be focused entirely on the real task. We're shifting their brain power from logistics to actual learning.
But of course, not all do-nows are created equal. A really high-quality one is always meaningful academic work, often a quick check to see what they remember from yesterday or last week. Its location and format are totally predictable, so no time is wasted hunting for it. It's short, designed to be done in just a few minutes, and this is critical, it's designed to give you, the teacher, a quick snapshot of what your students know right now.
And that last point? It leads us perfectly into the final and honestly, maybe the most important piece of the puzzle, the essential review. This is the part that connects the routine to the rest of the day's lesson and guarantees it never, ever feels like pointless busy work.
So let's totally reframe how we think about this. The do now isn't just a warm-up activity. It's actually a powerful little assessment tool. It's a quick, low-stakes way for you to gather real-time data on what every single student understands before you even begin your main lesson.
It's formative assessment in its purest, most efficient form.
And this is where you see that feedback loop just kick into high gear. While the students are working, the teacher is scanning the room, collecting data. They're not just checking for completion, they're hunting for patterns, for common mistakes. Then, during the review now, they act on that data immediately. If you see that half the class made the same little error, you can fix that misconception right then and there, which makes the lesson you're about to teach way, way more effective.
Okay, so we've looked at the three parts individually, the threshold, the strong start, the review, but the real magic happens when you understand why this is a complete system, not just, a menu of good ideas you can pick and choose from.
And this table right here, this is the aha moment of the whole thing. Just look at the synergy. The threshold's main job is building culture, right? But it also serves an academic purpose by letting you gather data on student readiness. The Strong Start's main job is academics, but it also builds a cultural habit of getting to work right away. And here's the key takeaway. The positive cultural work you do at the door is what makes the rigorous academic work of the do now even possible. You really can't have one without the other. They feed each other.
So what's the big payoff for doing all this? What do you get for it? Well, the number is it's staggering. By reclaiming just 5 minutes of instructional time at the start of every single class over a whole school year, you effectively add the equivalent of 15 full days of extra learning time. 15 days. I mean, that is a massive, game-changing return on your investment.
So this all sounds great in theory, right? But the final, most important question is, how do you actually make this happen? How do you take this from a conscious procedure that feels a little clunky at first and turn it into an automatic, ingrained habit for everyone? For you and for your students?
Well, the research points to 3 absolutely critical steps. First, you have to teach it explicitly. Treat it like any other subject. Explain the why, the what, and the how. Second, you have to model it and then have the students practice it. Show them exactly what excellence looks like and have them rehearse it. And third, and this is maybe the most important part, you have to reinforce it with relentless consistency. Praise the students who are nailing it and calmly correct the ones who aren't, over and over until it becomes second nature for the entire class.
So in the end, this entire system really challenges us to rethink how we see the start of class. It leaves us with this really powerful question to chew on. What if the most important, highest leverage moment of the entire period happens in those first few minutes, right at the threshold, before the lesson has even officially begun?